Hello and welcome to another Transformers review. Today we're going to go a little bit into the past, to the more nostalgic Transformers. And we're going to review one of the many Generation 1 combiners, Menasor. So sit down, stick around, and enjoy. Now, like any other review, we're going to start off with the box here. Menasor came both individually carded, box packaged, or he came in the gift set. Now, this is a Menasor gift set here. As you can see, it's the 5 Stunticons put together into one nice big packaging. This was actually one of the harder to find gift sets of the Generation 1 G-Salts. So I'm going to flip them over here. Actually flip here at the back of the box. Pretty generic gift set back of the box. The Stunticons, all the individual tech specs are there, and even a tech spec for Menasor himself. So what we're going to do for the sake of this review here, we don't really have to take these guys out of the packaging because I have them here separately here in loose. So we're going to be able to work with these guys for our review. So let's go ahead and see what these guys have to offer. As you can see, here are the Stunticons. This is Breakdown, Dead End, Drag Strip, Wild Rider, and of course Ramona Master, who was the leader of Stunticons and a self-proclaimed king of the road. Stunticon toys are actually pretty simple in concept. They transform very simply, and I'll show that to you in a few seconds here. The thing that's interesting to note about these guys, they first appeared in the Transformers show in the episodes The Key to Vector Sigma, Part 1 and Part 2. They're pretty much Megatron's answer to the Autobot problem, which was the Autobots were all cars and the Decepticons were all like aircraft or other types of vehicles. So they want to rule the roads or have a more offensive strategy on the roads, so they designed these guys. And the Autobots actually went through and designed their own army, an aerial army, and they designed the aerial bots. So it's pretty safe to say that the Stunticons and the aerial bots are kind of like mortal enemies, if you will. So what we're going to do now is we're going to transform these guys. So what we're going to do here is we're going to transform these guys. So here's Breakdown. Get his legs. Push them back in. Flip over his head. And there you have Breakdown. Put him down. Have Dead End. Much the same transformation as Breakdown. You can see. Him down. Here is Drag Strip. Oh, these things were so simple back in the day. Not nearly as confusing as some of the newer ones are. It's actually the easiest one of the gang to transform, probably. Wild Rider. Here we go. Last and certainly not least, the king of the road himself, Ramona Master. So all you do for him is you're going to open him up here. Sometimes I find he tends to stick a bit. Back over. Separate his legs. Hold him down. Flip up. Flip up. And there you have them. So let's take a look at these guys. As you can see, these guys are pretty simple and basic. There's nothing overly complicated about them at all, about transforming them or their look. But they are still cool nonetheless. So what we'll do now is I want to show you a little bit of the weapons that came with some of these guys. For an example, let's take Drag Strip here. I'm going to bring it back to kart mode. As you can see, all the Stunticons came with this kind of a gun that attaches to the back of the car. So it kind of makes them have a little rockets on them when they're in car mode, which is pretty snazzy. Ramona Master didn't come with that, actually. All of the smaller Stunticons came with that. And they all came with each a gun, a small gun. See? As you can see. Now, Ramona Master, it's over here, came with something a little different. He came with a gun, a much larger gun. We can put it in his hand here. And he also came with a sword, which is both the gun and the sword from Menasor. There you go. There you have it. So what we'll do now is... And he also came with one more thing. He came with the accessories to make Menasor. The accessories to make Menasor. The 2 foot pads, 2 fists, the belt, the little roller car for the chest, and the face. The actually, Menasor's face did come with both red eyes, and there's another version that's just totally silver on the eyes. But naturally, I like the red eyes better because it looks exactly like in the show. So what we're going to do now is we're going to combine all these guys together into Menasor. We'll start off with Ramona Master here. It's also important to note that Ramona Master does also have another mode, which is kind of a base, but it's kind of a sucky base. I'm not really going to show it here, but it's not much to look at. Although it does combine with the bases for Scramble City. That's kind of neat, but on its own, it's not really too cool. So this is what Ramona Master should look like. You add on the belt to the bottom. You can add on the mini car to the chest. And you can add on the faceplate to his face. There. Now you have the body of Menasor. Take these legs and pull them all the way back here. So that we can connect the feet in here. Sure. These guys, I mean, you can mix and match where these guys would go. They don't all have a specific spot. This is just the way that I like to combine them personally. 2 feet. I'm going to take these foot pads, put the foot pads underneath here, and here. They're actually marked to left, like left and right. The L and the R. Put them down. And they're going to focus on the upper part here. As you can see, the car comes out. Push this down. Put them in there. You can put on his fist. Put in his fist, I should say. Right there. Same thing for drag strip here. Get that head coming down, which forms the peg, which connects to the bot, to Ramona Master. Put his hand in. You can put the gun. And go over here and put the sword. Alright, let's take some close-ups. As you can see, Menasor is definitely one of the cool Transformers from Generation 1. Always looked awesome. Definitely a pretty big player in the series. I mean, he did appear quite a few times. And it's always nice to see him. I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, who didn't like a whole bunch of awesome cars that would merge together and form one super robot? What is there not to like about that? So that about sums it up for this Generation 1 review of Menasor. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, dudes. Later.